the general idea is that you set up something one time, you create a blog one time, and it just runs automatically. And obviously the power of that is to be able to build multiple sites that don't require a significant amount of your time. And so there are various things that take place with that. There's lots of tools that you can use to feed content into those blogs without you having to go and constantly update those. And you can push content in there. It can range everything from RSS feeds, meaning content from other sites. It could be videos from YouTube, could be articles from article directories, could be images. It could be just about anything that you can think of that you could add manually to a website. There are tools out there that help people add those things automatically to their blogs. And so as an example, you could go and do a search on Google for blogs with articles written on a particular niche or topic that you're focused on, and then you could use tools and plugins to suck in that content and then auto-post it to your blog. And that, in essence, is what auto-blogging is. One of the main questions that come up when people start talking about auto-blogging is that really spamming the search engines? Is auto-blogging just a way of spam? And really, I think it comes back to what is it that you're doing with the content? Is it a scenario where you're just taking and going and scraping content from the web and just slamming it up on a website and providing no real value with the content? Or is it a scenario where you're actually providing a service? Or maybe you're out there aggregating content from multiple sources on a very narrow niche, and then using the site to filter through and to shift through content so that the readers, when they come, they are discovering new sources of content that they would never have discovered before. And then are you crediting the source for that content and providing a way for the reader to then click through to the site to learn more information about the author of that content? So really the main difference, in my opinion, is that from an auto-blogging standpoint that's more spammy related, is there really a lack of value, and is it a scenario that you're using it just to, in essence, trick the search engines, or is it a scenario where you're actually trying to create something unique and provide a unique perspective for your reader and provide them a way to discover new sources of content, providing ultimately the goal here is to provide value to your reader. And that's really a lot of what's transpired in the affiliate space with Google and AdWords and Google Slap and so forth. Is a lot of the sites that they've gone after have been sites that have provided little value, in their opinion. So that's from a high-level perspective, a little bit about the auto-blogging perspective, is generating sites, providing a unique experience for the user. And then once you have the user to the sites, coming in through these sites, how can you go about monetizing your blog? Because really it doesn't matter. It's my view that you could start out producing a blog today about your kid's soccer, and if you start getting some readers to your site, eventually it seems like people turn to, okay, wow, I'm getting readers to this site. How can I make some money off of that? It seems that's the common question that pops up. And so I have several different blogs and lots of different niches, everything from NASCAR to career space to a whole vast array of different niches. And so as I have traffic that comes into these sites, I have to go about looking at multiple ways to monetize that traffic. And so there's lots of ways to do it. I've just kind of picked out 7 ways that I think are the easiest ways of doing it. And I put them in somewhat of an order that I feel are quite easy to step through, from a very basic level up to something that's a little bit more complicated. And so we'll just kind of quickly step through these. But the first one that everybody knows about and hears about, obviously, is AdSense. Go and sign up for Google AdSense, adsense.google.com, and then put that on your site. That is the simplest, most basic form of monetizing web traffic. It's very easy. It can generate some income. It's a good way, though, to understand a little bit about click patterns, and you can get a little bit more information regarding where people go on your site and what kind of general click-through rates you can expect from ads on your site. So it's a good starting point. Now, one of the things that you'll need, though, if you're attempting to monetize your blog, and this is whether it's an auto-generated blog or a blog that you've produced for, as the example before, about your kid's soccer, and you're wanting to try to generate some revenue from that, one of the things you will need is a good theme. Now, we suggest the Socrates theme because they're a sponsor of the WordPress Users Association, and members of the association can actually get a discount when they buy it. But Joel Comm, who's very big on AdSense, created that theme. And the way he built it is it's very easy to integrate AdSense into it. So it requires very little technical knowledge. That's one of the things, any of the tools that I've ever built all the way back to X-Ray in 2007, Keyword X-Ray in 2007. I've tried to develop those from a standpoint that it requires very little technical or touching of code, and that's what he's done with his theme. It's very easy to do. And like I said, if you remember, you can log into WPUA and you'll see a discount link to go order that. But the other thing you'll need is a plugin, unless you're going to code it yourself. But there are lots of plugins out there that make it easy to add AdSense into your blogs. The one that I use most often is Quick AdSense. It's in the WordPress.org system. It's easy to download from within your system. But what I like about it is that every time the page loads, it displays your AdSense block in a different location and potentially in a different format. So if you have readers that are coming back to your site, they tend to get banner blindness, which means they tend to scan over and skip over the ads. And so we implemented this on one of our NASCAR sites and instantly saw a dramatic increase in revenue from that site. And just because every time the readers come back, the ad block is in a different section of the content, and so it's constantly moving around. And so as they surf around the site, they're being served with different sizes and different locations of the ad. That's a free plugin. You can get it. It's very easy to set up. Requires really no technical expertise at all. So it's a quick way, regardless of this blog you have, you can download that plugin and insert your AdSense ID. You can put a channel ID if you want to get into some more specific tracking, but and then you'll have AdSense ads being served, different locations, different ad blocks. It's a really cool little tool. The second way is you kind of travel on this path of monetizing your traffic to your blog, whether it's WordPress or whatever. It's contextual advertising, and this is really an interesting approach because there are various networks out there. You can look at Vibrant Media and Katera I have listed at the bottom. In essence, they scan the content of the page, much like Google AdSense, and then they will link words within your content to ads. And so it's an additional way, because if someone is reading your content, maybe they do have a little banner blindness on your site, and so as they scan through and they skip over the ads and they're reading the content, embedded within the content will be ads. And so it's much like AdSense. It's very easy to turn on. It's very easy to get going. It's not as simple as Google, but it's very easy, and they have their own WordPress and I'm sure for multiple other blog-related platforms, tools that will allow you to easily integrate that in. It's a great little way to add additional revenue. So if you've already done step one of monetizing your blog, adding AdSense ads, then this is a quick, easy way to add additional revenue to your blog without really much effort. As we step through the process, obviously the next thing in line here is if you're getting traffic, you're having you have AdSense ads that are being served, you have some contextual ads that are served. The next step in the evolution is to move from a cost per click scenario to where you're generating revenue each time someone clicks, to a scenario where you earn each time either somebody does a CPA offer or they do just a regular, maybe it's over to Amazon or something like that, and actual purchase a product. So it's an evolution.